Hey everyone! Welcome back to Nina Lifestyle, your home for all things luxury, fame, and fabulous. Today we're going into the money vault of one of the most iconic, outrageous, and fascinating stars in Hollywood history, Jim Carrey. He's the man who made us laugh in The Mask, Ace Ventura, Liar Liar, and Bruce Almighty. But behind all that comedy and craziness is a man with some serious cash and some surprisingly unique ways to spend it. So, how does Jim Carrey spend his multi-million-dollar fortune? Buckle up. This isn't your typical luxury lifestyle. It's weird, wonderful, and wildly rich, just like Jim himself. Let's get straight to the numbers. Jim Carrey's net worth is estimated to be around $180 million, and it didn't come easy. Back in the 1990s and early 2000s, Jim was one of the highest-paid actors in the world. In fact, he was the first actor in Hollywood to be paid $20 million for a single film, for The Cable Guy. And since then, he's done dozens of hit movies, voiceovers, books, and even some mind-blowing paintings. But where does all that money go? Let's break it down. Jim Carrey style. Jim Carrey owns some serious real estate, but not just any celebrity homes. His houses are a mix of peace, privacy, and jaw-dropping value. His main home, a 13,000-square-foot mansion in the posh neighborhood of Brentwood, Los Angeles, worth over $28 million. This mega mansion includes 5 massive bedrooms, 9 luxurious bathrooms, a private tennis court, a resort-style pool, a home gym, a guest house, and of course, lush greenery for full privacy. Jim has lived in this estate for nearly 30 years. And guess what? He recently listed it for sale. So if you've got $28 million lying around, it's all yours. But that's not all. He's also owned a beautiful property in Malibu, and back in the day, a luxurious pad in New York City. Because when you're worth almost $200 million, why not live everywhere? Now here's where Jim Carrey goes from Hollywood rich to artist eccentric. Instead of buying 20 Ferraris or gold toilets, we're looking at you, some rappers. Jim spends his millions on art, not just buying it, he creates it. Jim has transformed part of his home into a full-blown art studio where he paints and sculpts for hours. His paintings are huge, colorful, and often loaded with emotion and political messages. He once said, "I do paintings to heal myself and to keep myself from going completely insane." He's even featured his art in documentaries, exhibits, and virtual galleries. Some experts say his collection could easily be worth millions, and that's just his own work. So instead of blowing money at auctions, Jim became the artist everyone else wants to buy from. Private jets? Nope. Commercial flights? Sometimes. Isolation? Absolutely. Here's where Jim is different from most millionaires. Jim Carrey doesn't flaunt private jets or massive yacht parties like other stars. In fact, he once owned a Gulfstream V private jet, worth around $59 million. But he leased it out to others for up to $8,000 per hour. Smart, right? He made money even while flying. But now, Jim's rarely seen flying private anymore. In fact, in recent years, he's taken a step away from flashy travel and prefers peaceful, remote escapes instead. He spends big bucks on privacy retreats, spiritual resorts, and hidden vacations where paparazzi can't find him. Whether it's a mountain villa or a beachfront spot in Hawaii, Jim likes to disappear when he wants to. You might think someone with $180 million has garages full of Lambos, Bugattis, and Rolls Royces. Not Jim. His car collection is surprisingly simple, but still classy. Over the years, he's owned a sleek Mercedes-Benz SL63, a blacked-out Porsche Panamera, an old-school Chevy Chevelle SS, and for some fun, a VW Beetle just because. Jim isn't about showing off. He drives what he likes: smooth, powerful, and classic. And yes, he's also been seen biking and walking around town. Why? Because sometimes being rich means not caring what anyone thinks. Expensive taste? Yes, but only when it's meaningful. Jim doesn't throw cash just to show it. He spends with intention. For example, he once gave a struggling co-star a $100,000 check to help them out. Quietly. No media, no bragging. He's also donated millions to mental health charities, children's hospitals, and disaster relief efforts. All behind the scenes. One of his biggest donations. He supports a group called Better You Foundation, which helps communities grow sustainable rice in poor countries. A Hollywood comedian supporting global farming. Yep, that's Jim. When he's not painting or acting, Jim is writing. He co-authored a book called Memoirs and Misinformation, a weird, hilarious fictional version of his own life. It's part autobiography, part total chaos, just like his comedy. He's also written children's books and is working on film projects that mix art, spirituality, and philosophy. Jim spends his money on things that grow his mind: books, spiritual guides, meditation retreats, and creating content that makes people think, not just laugh. Unlike most millionaires who want to shine 24/7, Jim Carrey spends his millions to create silence, peace, and distance from the world. He said many times that fame can be dangerous, and the best thing money gave him was the freedom to say no. He spends huge amounts to stay out of the spotlight, whether it's building ultra-secure homes, booking private hideouts, or staying offline for months. To Jim, wealth isn't about more stuff. It's about more control over his time, energy, and space. So, how does Jim Carrey spend his millions? He buys freedom, not fame. He invests in art, not ego. He chooses peace over parties, giving over showing off, and creativity over clout. Whether it's his $28 million mansion, his priceless art collection, or his quiet retreats far from Hollywood, Jim's lifestyle proves that true luxury isn't loud. It's thoughtful, colorful, and 100% him. And that's what makes Jim Carrey so different from the rest. So tell us, which part of Jim's lifestyle surprised you the most? Was it his massive home, his private zoo of paintings, or the fact that he's a millionaire who lives like a monk with a Porsche? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap that bell, because here at Nina Lifestyle, we show you how the world's biggest stars really live. See you next time, luxury lovers.